Sometimes a day begins like any other day, but before sunset, everything changes. For Prophet Lut Alaihis Salam, that day was filled with fear, pressure, and deep worry. Strangers came to his home, and his heart became heavy. He knew the evil of his people, but he did not know yet that these visitors were angels sent by Allah. Before the angels came to Prophet Lut, they first visited Prophet Ibrahim. They came in the form of guests. Prophet Ibrahim was known for his kindness and hospitality. When guests came to him, he welcomed them. He prepared food for them. He honored them as guests should be honored. But these guests were not ordinary travelers. When Prophet Ibrahim noticed that they did not eat, he felt fear. In those days, when guests refused food, it could create worry. But the angels gave him comfort. They told him not to be afraid. They brought him good news from Allah. Then the angels told Prophet Ibrahim that they had been sent to the people of Lut. This news touched Ibrahim deeply. He knew Prophet Lut. He knew his faith. He knew the difficulty of his mission. He also knew that Lut was living among people who had rejected guidance again and again. Prophet Ibrahim was gentle and compassionate. He cared about people. He did not want punishment to come suddenly. The Quran shows that he spoke about the people of Lut after the fear had gone from him and after the good news had come. But the command of Allah had already been decided. The angels told him that the punishment of Allah was coming and could not be turned back. This teaches us something very important. Allah is most merciful. He sends guidance before punishment. He sends prophets before destruction. He gives people time to listen, repent, and change. But when people continue in arrogance, reject warning, and challenge the truth, then Allah's command comes with perfect justice. After visiting Prophet Ibrahim, the angels went to Prophet Lut. When they arrived, Prophet Lut became deeply worried. The Quran says that he was distressed because of them and felt great discomfort. He said, in meaning, "This is a difficult day." Why was Prophet Lut so worried? He was not afraid of the guests themselves. He was afraid for them. He knew the condition of his people. He knew their corruption. He knew that they did not respect limits. He knew that they had no shame in their evil behavior. Prophet Lut was a prophet, but he was also a host. He wanted to protect his guests. Hospitality was a serious responsibility. A guest who enters your home should feel safe. A guest should not be harmed. A guest should not be dishonored. But Prophet Lut lived among a people who had lost their shame. He looked at the situation and felt trapped. His guests had arrived. His people were dangerous. He did not have a strong group to protect them. He was surrounded by corruption. This is why his heart became heavy. Soon, the news spread. The people came rushing toward him. They came with evil intentions. They were not coming with respect. They were not coming to welcome guests. They were coming because their hearts were diseased and their society had become openly corrupt. Prophet Lut stood before them with pain in his heart. He reminded them to fear Allah. He asked them not to disgrace him in front of his guests. He called them to leave their sinful behavior. He reminded them that there was a lawful and pure way that Allah had created for human life. But they did not listen. Their hearts were hard. Their desires controlled them. Their arrogance blinded them. They did not want advice. They did not want purity. They wanted to continue their corruption. At that moment, Prophet Lut felt extreme pressure. He was trying to protect his guests. He was trying to stop his people. He was standing almost alone against the crowd. He wished he had strength against them. He wished he had a strong support to stop their evil. This moment shows the human side of Prophet Lut. A prophet trusts Allah, but he can still feel pain. A prophet has faith, but he can still feel pressure. A prophet obeys Allah, but he can still face difficult moments. Prophet Lut's sadness and worry do not show weakness in faith. They show the heavy burden of his mission. He had advised these people again and again. He had warned them. He had called them to purity. But now their corruption had reached his own door. Then the truth was revealed. The guests said to Prophet Lut that they were messengers from his Lord. They told him not to fear. His people would not be able to reach them. These were not ordinary guests. They were angels sent by Allah. Imagine the relief in that moment. Prophet Lut had been carrying deep fear for his guests. He had been worried about their safety. He had felt powerless in front of his people. But now he learned that the situation was fully under Allah's control. The people thought they had power. They thought they could do whatever they wanted. They thought there was no one to stop them. But they were wrong. Allah sees everything. Allah sees what people do in public. Allah sees what people hide in private. Allah sees the tears of the righteous. Allah hears the prayers of the oppressed. Allah knows when society has crossed the limits again and again. The angels told Prophet Lut to leave with his family during the night. They told him that none of them should look back. They also informed him that his wife would not be saved. She was connected to the people in disbelief and betrayal, so she would remain with those who were punished. This part of the story is very serious. Being close to a prophet by family connection is not enough. A person must have faith. A person must obey Allah. A person must stand with truth. Prophet Lut's wife lived in the house of a prophet, but she did not support the truth. Her family connection did not save her. This is a powerful lesson for every listener. Guidance is personal. Faith is personal. Obedience is personal. No one can rely only on family, community, or background. Every person must choose the path of Allah with sincerity. The angels also told Prophet Lut that the punishment would come in the morning. The morning was near. This sentence carries a deep feeling. For the people of Lut, night was passing normally. They may have thought life would continue as before. They may have thought they had escaped every warning. They may have thought Prophet Lut was weak and alone. But the morning was coming, and with it came the command of Allah. A person can ignore warnings for years. A society can laugh at truth for years. People can mock the righteous for years. But when Allah's command arrives, no one can stop it. Prophet Lut obeyed the command. He had to leave behind a place filled with sin. He had to walk away from a people who refused every warning. He had to trust Allah completely. This was not only a physical journey. It was a final separation between faith and corruption. The believers would be saved. The arrogant rejectors would face the result of their choices. For English learners listening to this story, the lesson is clear and simple. Do not wait until it is too late to change. Do not laugh at sincere advice. Do not think that silence from Allah means approval. Allah gives time, but time is not endless. When a warning comes, the wise person listens. Prophet Lut's story also teaches us to protect our homes from corruption. He was deeply concerned about his guests and his family. He wanted safety, purity, and honor. A believer should care about the moral environment around the home. A believer should ask Allah for protection from harmful surroundings. This part of the story is emotional because it shows fear, pressure, relief, and final warning all together. Prophet Lut feared for his guests. His people rushed toward evil. The angels revealed the truth. The command came from Allah. The time for advice was ending. The time for judgment was near. As this part ends, imagine the quiet night. Prophet Lut is told to leave. The believers must walk away. The city remains behind. The people do not understand what is coming. They continue in arrogance. but the morning is close. In the next part, we will continue with the punishment, the rescue of Prophet Lut and his believing family, the fate of his wife, and the powerful lessons that remain for every generation.